Hey, it's Raven Tactical here. Sad news, I guess, in the day. Many of you have seen the kind of the little bit of a video clips that I've uploaded from a friend of mine who happened to go to the heart of the beginning of all these riots in Minnesota, or Minneapolis, Minnesota. Just devastating. It's just devastating, and it shows complete urban war zone out there, and it's continuing and escalating in all these other cities. It hasn't been this way in a very long time. Do I think it's a staged event that they triggered all these events in a row? No. I think it was more of, you don't waste this opportunity, you don't waste this crisis. That's more what it is. So fortunately for them, the people that really like this chaos, this is what they wanted. They got the chaos, they got people riled up, they got all of this. And you know what? They're not going to let this go either. This is an opportunity for them like no other. Places around me, they're shutting down Walmarts and Sam's Clubs indefinitely. Excuse me. Like early. I mean, we tried going there around 7 to pick out, or 7 or 8 to pick up some stuff, and they were closed by about, I think, right when we were rolling in. All the retail shops around us, and we don't even live near a huge city. We live in the country, but we go to town, and the town really isn't that big, but big enough, I guess. They're having rallies there. The rallies so far are sort of peaceful. Unfortunately, I don't think when you block roads and everything near a hospital and all this, that it's peaceful. And that brings up another topic, I guess. Another friend of mine is a truck driver, and he hauls goods. And the truth be told, his company last week had him driving up to the cities, and a lot of us were like, you gotta be kidding, like right now is not the time to go. You can't go. Like, you gotta talk to them and be like, man, this is not a good time to go, not a good time to do this. Well, it turns out they had him go, got all the way up there, and a couple blocks before he got to the store they were supposed to deliver to, they turned him around. You had people throwing rocks and bricks off overpasses, that whole freeway. You had people burning stores down there, and it's done. That city is going to be Minneapolis is going to be under lockdown. Places are starting to declare a semi-martial law, like Milwaukee. They're putting curfews in. They had the whole alert system go off. I mean, it's crazy. It's not good, but it's some of the things that, if you follow my channel and you follow other prepping and you believe in this, this is the stuff that you're prepared for. Civil unrest. How to deal with it, though, right? If I were you, I lived in a place where city is how I describe where I live, and you notice that it's getting a little warmer or hotter with all the unrest, I would seriously consider either staging a leave or taking a small vacation where you want to go to your bug out, whether you have a cabin up north, friends, however. Or the last and scariest option would be to shelter in place, which people should be getting pretty good at that due to COVID. And, you know, hunker down and be the grayest person you can. You know, if you got American flags outside, you might want to pull them in. Now's not the time. If you're by yourself with a family, you really have you'll have a hard time defending yourself against a horde, which is the hard part, right? You want to blend in at this point if you're going to stay. Now, if you're going to try to get out, and much like I would say for any truck driving friends, because this just happened again, similar to the LA riots, where the truck driver happened to be just chilling to music, pulled into the LA riots like, oh, had no idea what was going on. Pulled onto the street, stopped, got pulled out of his truck, and then beaten with bricks, permanently brain damage. The guy has terrible life injuries. Now it happened again because we just watched another thing where truck driver, people are jumping on his truck, and he stops He stops, and they pull him out and just beat him to death. I think he's alive, but they just beat him senseless. Why? Because he's a different color than them, you know? So, I mean, yeah, justice for something, right? If you're in a big tractor trailer, don't stop. If you're in a Suburban or an SUV or some sort, and that's how I recommend if you evacuate, is to get the biggest, heaviest vehicle you got. Maybe get both. If you both drive a truck in this, have one be the blocker. Put it in low, 4-wheel drive low, and just go if they're not going to get out of your way at this point. It's not legal advice, but you know what? The minute you stop is the minute they can pull you out. The minute you stop is the minute they can flip your car. The minute you stop is when they can bash your windows out, kill your kids, and kill your family. Sorry to be so doomer and gloom on this. This has just made me kind of sad. So think about it that way. Go armed. You know? I mean, now's not the time to worry too much about how, you know, perhaps you have to have a rifle in the car, right? And maybe a loaded rifle in your state isn't legal because you're not, you know, it's like the hunting laws that they enacted. Well, you know what? There's a little bit of a thing called it's common sense. Do it to protect your family. Maybe if you see a police officer, hide it, because you don't want to be caught with them getting hassled by them. But you gotta figure something out. You gotta have a plan. This is probably one of the weirdest things I've seen in a long time, but I've kind of felt like this was the 2020 that we knew was coming. Just that feeling, that chaos, that unrest, all the things that are falling in place. And maybe it is going to be a complete, total collapse. I don't know. I mean, things like the White House are getting attacked, and the Secret Service battled the people attacking me. They either burned down, from what I'm understanding, a tree or the initial guard shack. Which I go, how, right? That building is so secure and so tight that you think that there would be no reason to go hand-to-hand combat with these guys. Or use less than lethal. I think the time for the gloves should come off. Do I want martial law? Absolutely not. Do I think active military should be involved? No. Do I think the National Guard should be involved? Yes, but give the National Guard a rule of engagement that not only protects them, but the other people. Like, please give the National Guard the tools to do this. I mean, I saw for last week, they sent them out with no magazines in their rifles. I'm like, if anybody saw that, well, how is that a show of force? You're not showing force when you don't have a loaded gun. You're not showing force when you don't have less than a lethal gun either, you know? Make sure you have the tools for it. Just don't just send people out to be a symbol of just standing out there, because that just gets people hurt. As far as the people protesting, I think it's stupid to be protesting and destroying your city, destroying the things that are all around you. There's no reason to, but you've basically given that up. You know it's not about the man who was killed. You use it as an excuse, but now it's just basically, man, I've heard people say, let's start this revolution, and revolution's gonna require breaking eggs and all this. Be careful of that revolution you want, because eventually you're going to run into a group of people who also want a revolution, and they're not as nice, and you think that you're in the just position. So keep your family safe. I would definitely say, once again, because this is 2020, go over your bug out route, go over your bag. Do not just bug out to the woods because that's silly, but have a plan. If you're going to shelter in place, remember a few things. They can burn you out, so have that in mind. Keep mindful of where you're going. Have a couple routes, and remember the freeways probably are going to get blocked. If martial law gets enacted, and this might be the first time in history, maybe, and I don't know exactly if it will, but you get this feeling of kind of a nationwide martial law coming. Why? Because there's so much chaos and so much everything in every state and every major city that maybe, yeah, it's time. I mean, even South Dakota even had it going on, which is weird. Spokane, Washington had it. So be prepared for it. You should already have food. You should already have this. But maybe today, start going around your place, your property, and going, these are defensive positions. These are the ranges that I can shoot from. These are the areas I can come. We have a line that you cross. Cool. Come up with a line in your family of, if they come past this line and they're threatening, they're basically trying to kill me. Make that line. Make that distinction. Stay safe, everybody. It's sad times. Go with God. If you don't believe in God, cool. Don't hold it against us. Just stay safe. Follow this channel. We opened up a Facebook page and group. It's Raven Tactical Prepper channel. Come check it out. We're trying to spread and get more subscribers and followers. We're getting closer to getting the 1,000 mark, which would be awesome. Anyways, it's Raven Tactical out. Have a great day. Stay safe. Stay safe. Be the gray man at this point, unless you're out there trying to patrol or protect. Anyways, it's Raven Tactical out.